Hi, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to Simply Living in a Small Town. So this is video number 2 today for Monday. It's hard to believe May is almost here, truly, but I'm super excited about that. So thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate everyone that is watching. And I'm going to show you what I've been working on. So first of all, the hat that I have on is, I finished last week, and this is the white, like Easy Crochet, I think, wide brim sun hat by Boggy Crochet. So I showed this last week. I'm sorry, my eye, it never fails when I go to do a video. My eye is dry feeling. Anyway, so I've started another hat, the same yarn. It's just Red Heart Super Saver and the colorway Soft White. So that's all I'm doing, and I'm making it slightly smaller. And I actually have a plan, or well, an idea for something to go, along with these hats. So I have the top done. I just need to start. I'm not increasing anymore. I did an extra row on this one, so it's slightly a little bit bigger, where I could have made it slightly smaller. So that I can get done easily this week. And then I started another blanket like the one I just finished. And that was the Boggy Creek tutorial by Cinnamon Stitches. So I have started another one with this. This is the Premier Serenity Chunky. It's a teal color. The ball band is in the bag here somewhere, but that isn't it. That's for the other one that's on this. Well, I'll have to locate that at some point here because it's in that bag somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to show you what it looks like so far. So far, that's what I have, because I'm using that color, and the other color I will show you is the Premier Serenity Chunky Candy. And I do know this one is the color Wildflower. It's got a lot. It's got like the teal in it. It's got purple, like a bright couple different kinds of purple, and then couple different kinds of blues in there, white. So lots of color. These are super easy to make. If you want to make a blanket that is extremely easy, and these are not so the tutorial is just not very long. You can make it, of course, as big as you want. This is pretty much I think I did 72 stitches, but the tutorial was for making a blanket for Boggy Creek, and that is a camp in Florida for children with chronic illness, and they make blankets to take down there. So, well, some see people send, but there's several people on YouTube that then take the blankets and deliver them, in other words, down there, and they are twin size blankets, and then each child gets to take home a blanket with them. So anyway, that's what this is. The tutorial is from Cinnamon Stitches. I will put that in the description box. I think this is really pretty. I love how the other one turned out. If you go back to the video, it would be Friday FOs from Friday, and watch that. You'll see the other one that I did that's really purple. And I started it like a year and a half ago, and I just now finished it. It was the very first blanket I actually started. So anyway, this is just something to work on here and there kind of a thing, just like the next thing that I'm going to show you, because I just want some stuff to pick up and like take in the car and work on here and there that are super simple things to work on, basically. So I thought this is like, I wanted to make more of these blankets anyway. I love them, and it's a cute little throw blanket, basically. You know, I showed the other one. The other one that I made ended up being like, with me sitting down, came like clear up to here, and I'm like 5'5", so you know, cute little throw lap blanket, basically. And then the other thing that I started, I don't need to be starting items, I know, but I'm mixing it up with finishing previous whips from last year as well. So this is something else I just decided to throw in. Now, I showed you in the last video, which would be from just a little bit ago that I posted. This is, I love this yarn, and the color Shocking Violet, and it's so pretty, y'all. I love the colors in this. It has a really pretty like pink in it, yellow, all kinds of tones of purples in it. So I started another granny square. And yes, it looks slightly janky, but trust me, it's not. It's just been folded up in the bag. So there is that. I love granny squares. I can't get enough of them, but I am making a sweater with this whenever I just wanted to, okay? That's all. So I saw this yarn. I mean, I've looked at this before, but I actually saw, I think it was on Etsy. I saw where somebody had made a scarf, a granny stitch scarf, and I was like, I knew what yarn it was, y'all. Like, I thought, yeah, I've looked at getting that before, and then seeing it worked up, I thought, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. So that's what, you know, and I had been wanting to do another granny stitch sweater. So yeah, you know, front panel, back panel, couple sleeves, like, no big deal. And this is something super simple that, again, I did this yesterday. I literally threw it in the car when we went to pick up my daughter, and I worked on it off and on throughout the drive there and back. So, because like, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. I actually started, you know, where you start in the middle. I just had a little square, and then I did a little bit yesterday. You know, I meant before we left. I was actually working on cleaning and stuff. Most of the day Saturday I cleaned, and then yesterday I did actually some more cleaning, which I was like really tired Saturday night, but it was like a super good tired because I was thrilled with all the cleaning I actually got done. And that was me doing a little bit and then sitting down for a little bit, and then, you know, so I was kind of pulling this out, watching a show, a little bit of it or something, get back up, listen to the show. It was a TV show. And, you know, cleaning, then sitting back down, working on this a little bit. So, you know, and this is not something, it has to be done tomorrow. Obviously, it's getting super warm, and I don't have to have, I don't need a sweater. But you know what? I'm going to love it. Come next winter, I'm going to love this sweater. So, I mean, I'll love it regardless. But, you know, I mean, I won't want to be wearing it. I mean, obviously, I just said in the last video, it was 80 degrees today. And actually, it was like 80. Well, it says it got up to 81. It's supposed to get up to 80. It was 80 earlier. I guess it got up to 81. But anyway, It's supposed to be all 70s this week. Now it's staying warmer at night. We had a few nights over the weekend where it got down to like 42 or 5 and whatnot overnight. But we haven't been running heat. Like we're perfectly, yeah. But like this week, it's all like 60s, 70s at night, 50s something, almost 60, you know. So, but nonetheless, I started this. I love it. I love granny squares. Isn't that pretty? So, I'm just happy with it. I wanted to do it. Like I said, it's just something super simple that I can work on here and there. So, that's, you know, kind of right now. Now, I do want to pull out. This is the same bag. So this is the same whip bag that I started working in. Or I showed y'all a couple weeks ago. And I think it's the same. Yeah. This has nothing to do with it. It just happens to be a bag. Okay. It is in here what I'm wanting to, okay. So the only thing left, if I can get around the other yarn here that still needs to be put up, that's in here. The only thing left in this bag, I don't know if I should, I think I showed you all this because it's in the bag. Well, yeah, I know I did. Again, because it's in the bag. But anyway, that's my daughter's. Like, this was me cleaning up, and I just set it in the bag, so. But the only thing left, like, from last year in this bag, so, I know I showed you all this, is where I started this cardigan. So I do want to get this finished up. See? Obviously it's not, this side is not done yet, clearly. But this looks really cool. So this is my next thing too that I need to, you know, slowly work on and get finished. I have plenty of the yarn for this because I went back and bought like 3 or 4 more skeins of this. This is also, I love this yarn. And the colorway is, I think it's, I'm pretty sure this is Nocturnal. Yes. So I just need to finish this. I always, like, look how, like, it's going to look really classy when it's done, which I really like because you know, it's the type of thing like I can literally wear with a dress, like a black dress, which I have upstairs, or black dress pants, or jeans. Like, I can wear this with a lot of stuff. So this is the only other thing to tackle within this bag that's from last year. Now, obviously that does not count the other whip bags that I have yet, that I still have yet to show you, which you will be seeing shortly. I have some other, though. I have leftover yarn from the Boggy Creek blanket that's still in here. So I have some yarn in here besides that needs put up. But as far as actual projects, yeah. And I really wish, you know, I wish that would have been done. Actually, that cardigan, that black one, that would have been nice to wear a while back. I hadn't done a video, I think, for like a week. This has been, I don't know, it was sometime like in March. I want to say earlier March. My great uncle passed away, and which was my grandpa's brother. And it's the grandpa that actually built this building that is a commercial building. And so that was very hard because I was like, y'all, I was I was not doing good, and I just didn't tell y'all about that. I was going to, and then I was like, oh, I didn't even mention that. But I was really, that was so hard on me, for several reasons. Um, I knew him pretty well. My grandpa used to go visit him a lot. You know, we live in the same town, and my grandpa used to go see his brother quite a bit, and my brother and I would ride over there with him and hang out. And we also had family reunions at this person's house, and he used to live behind this building as well. I found out. My mother had told me that a while back, but I didn't realize that him and his wife had lived in the house that is behind us, that actually used to be on the same piece of ground. In other words, it was all deeded together, I guess, originally. So, and so then the other thing, so his services were at the same funeral home as my son's, which is, that is a whole host of, trauma right there, for a multitude of reasons of which you don't know. I mean, the obvious thing is, obviously, my son's services were there. That's the obvious thing. What you don't know, though, is that funeral home belongs to my ex-father-in-law, because he is a funeral director and owns that funeral home. And to say that we really don't get along that's a massive understatement. So this is a person, in other words, my son's grandpa is a person that I steer clear of. And that there's a lot to that situation. But at any rate, that was huge for me to be able to just walk in there. And but right away, when my mother had told me that her uncle passed away, I asked her if she was going. And I said, because if you do, I would like to go with you. And, I'm standing up for things anymore, because I am not going to take people's abuse, essentially. And so it was really important for me to go, because for the right reason, because I felt like that's what I should do. But anyway, that was a really difficult time, and but it was traumatizing too, because I was seeing flashbacks of my son laid out there. And so, when I got home that night, it was like a huge release. I just bawled. So I kind of went through, about a depression. I have problems with depression, whether I want to or not. I've faced that, because I've had it since I was a teenager. I've had depression, off and on. It's a thing. So anyway, not to depress anybody, because that's not the reason for this story. But what I'm saying is, the cardigan would have been beautiful to wear with the black dress that I have upstairs. So, not to say that I would only wear that to a funeral is not what I meant at all. But anyway, it's a classy, I think it's going to be a very classy piece. So I would like to get that finished here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Again, obviously, I'm not going to be wearing it because it's going to be too warm. So if I just slowly work on it here and there, I will have to go back and refresh myself to the pattern, which is also why I have not done so. But anyway, tomorrow I would like to show you what's in whip bag number 2 and see what else I've got to work through. The good news is the crochet makes me feel alive. I've had a lot of pressure from people, family members, to sell my pieces, and I just, like some things I don't mind selling, but for the most part, I kind of explained before, this is like a recreating a lot of it is the wearables anyways, recreating a wardrobe for myself of nice things that I don't have anymore because my house burned down. So um I said to somebody the other day, what these people do not understand though is doing this is my therapy. Like, it gives me a wonderful feeling that I am able to do this, and then every time I accomplish a piece, it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel beautiful to wear the items, and that is just priceless. You cannot buy those kinds of things. So yes, I will be showing you whip bag number 2 tomorrow. And I hope all of you are having a wonderful start to your week. I so far am, and I am thankful because now 3 out of 4 Mondays have been fantabulous, if that's even a word. Usually my Mondays are like blah, but just because it's like all the stuff starts all over again, you know, the routine and everything, schedule, errands, all that. But yeah, 3 out of 4 Mondays have been fantastic like today. So I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye now, and God bless.